This is Wright. This is Hal Jacobs, PGA professional at Worcester Country Club, just reviewing our golf lesson on September 21st, 2010. If you remember, we worked on two things. Number one is hinging your wrist, and number two was getting a little more shoulder turn so you can get the ball the distance that you want and the consistency of contact you want. So here's your golf swing before we worked on anything. You can see by this position, I would rather see your golf club a little bit more like that. It's not an awful position, but I think if you got a little more wrist hinge earlier, it'd be easier for you to get to where we want to go. And as you get to the top, you can see, let me stop at the top here. So here's the top of your golf swing, and here's where the club is. And let me just bring up a couple examples. So if I bring up Michelle Wie, she's probably one of the hottest players, ladies players right now. And you can see as she gets to the top of her golf swing, I'll first stop right here. And that's that 90-degree position I like to see. And then as she gets all the way to the top, now this is the top of her golf swing, you can see she's got a lot more wrist hinge at the top than you do here at the top. So the club has a little more power coming in to the golf swing. And then let me just bring up Julie Inkster, because she's a girl that doesn't hinge her wrist until later on in the golf swing. So if I bring her up to the top, she's going to get to that position where her left arm is parallel to the ground, but the club won't be hinged much. So you can see right here it's parallel. The golf club is like that, not a whole lot of hinge. And then as she gets to the top of the golf swing, though, you can see right there, she's got a lot of hinge going on like that. And that's what I think, your consistency. If you don't hinge your wrists, you're going to tend to hit them fat or skinny them, depending on whether you slide ahead or not. As I just want to show you this golf swing. So now we've gotten to your driver, and you can see you're hinging your wrists a lot more than you were. This is later on in the lesson. Much better job of hinging your wrists. And I just want to show you one thing right here. The second thing we worked on was a little more shoulder turn. So here you are about halfway back on your swing. This is about the beginning of the lesson. And from here, all you do is kind of raise your arms. You don't keep turning. And that's that's another power loss that's going to make it hard for you to play good golf the way that you want to. So a couple things. Your posture and your setup is really, really good. I love the way you look before you hit the golf ball. I love the finish that you make. The two things we worked on were hinging your wrist a little bit sooner in the golf swing and getting a little bit bigger shoulder turn. Of the two things, I think the more important one is hinging your wrist. And let me know how you're playing. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or stop by in the shop and we can talk about it.